This is Pigtown, one of Baltimore's most culturally and economically diverse communities and home to one of the city's best examples of what a good neighbor can be. An organization who has made it their mission to uplift and support Southwest Baltimore's most marginalized and vulnerable residents.
Paul's Place is a social services agency in the Pigtown neighborhood of Southwest Baltimore on Ward Street. We've been here for over 40 years. We started as a 2-day-a-week soup kitchen and are now an agency that provides community meals 5 days a week, but also 20 other programs that support our guests on a path to self-sufficiency.
The mission of Paul's Place is to serve those who are less fortunate or who are experiencing homelessness or on the verge of homelessness that can use the resources that we have to provide to them. Not only just walk-in case management, not only just clothes and food, we're also a shoulder to lean on, someone to talk to.
I think what makes Paul's Place really special is the dedication of the staff here. I think everybody goes the extra mile, but they show an incredible amount of dedication and love for the individuals that come into our building who are really experiencing life challenges.
Paul's Place supports Southwest Baltimore with a range of programs, from simple laundry and shower services to programs designed to meet the most critical needs facing its guests.
We had traditionally served lunch for 40 years, and in the last year we've added breakfast 5 days a week, and we're serving over 1,000 meals a week now between breakfast and lunch. We have a health and wellness program where we have a nurse who comes from the University of Maryland, and we have students from the University of Maryland School of Nursing who assist with both our outreach efforts and our wound care efforts with folks that come into the building. We provide walk-in case management 4 days a week, where folks can come in and we help them with any needs that they have, from housing to resources to mental health treatment to vital documents.
Our goal of the case management department is to help the residents of Southwest Baltimore. And when we say help, we want to get people to a place of self-sustainability. Housing and employment are two big areas that, when they are successfully met within an individual, better things happen.
Primarily, I'm focused on housing and employment, so connecting people to affordable housing, helping people find employment opportunities, but day to day it changes. Somebody could come in asking about food stamps, about health insurance, about eviction, about doing a tax preparation appointments. A lot of the systems and processes are harder than they should be, especially for people who are unstably housed.
We have an after-school program for 2 schools in Southwest Baltimore, and we currently have 130 students in our after-school programs.
We also run Groundwork Kitchen, which is a fully operating restaurant and culinary arts training program and catering business. It's really the social enterprise of Paul's Place.
What I think Groundwork brings to Baltimore City, and especially Pigtown, we offer a beautiful restaurant to come with your family if you just want to, hang out after work, or even if you want to do work inside the space. Groundwork kind of offers a lot of options for the community to come together.
Groundwork is bringing not only a uniqueness, but a sense of love and community. It's a wonderful opportunity for Pigtown to see something like this and be able to experience it, and also absolutely get wonderful food when they come through the doors.
Groundwork Kitchen is here to offer great food, great experience. We want to bring an elevated level of food to an area that is, commonly overlooked. You don't associate Pigtown with the type of food we're going to bring to the community. We have World Food Championship level chefs here. We have Food Network chefs here. We have people who live, love, and just food is every part of their lives. Here at Groundwork, we literally get to do any and everything we may have dreamed of or thought of with food. We're doing, I would say, comfort food with a twist, where we do things that you can easily identify and you can readily be like, oh, I've had that before, but not like you're gonna get it here.
I would definitely call it fusion, because me and Chef John, we both have that American background, that comfort food background, but then he loves Asian flavors, and I'm a huge fan of Cajun Creole, deep Low Country type of flavors. So to be able to fuse those different flavors, you have a whole melting pot of, a bunch of wonderful goodness, and then you have the best ingredient, which is love. It's always going to make everything even better. So, yeah.
It's always refreshing to hear about a new restaurant opening in the city. But Groundwork Kitchen is more than great food and a beautiful space. It is truly one of a kind and a first for Baltimore.
But not only are we a restaurant, we have this training program that allows students to come in, learn hands-on training within the restaurant. So there's a social enterprise part about it that I think was, eye-catching for me personally, because I had never seen anything like this in Baltimore City.
What makes us unique is in our program design. The foundation of this program, and something that our students have said we've done really well, is providing supports they need to overcome structural barriers to employment. Paul Slate's had a deep understanding of the importance of case management and tangible resources for students from its work on Ward Street, and really integrated that in a couple of different ways into this program model. Then, as Groundwork Kitchen grows as a social enterprise and takes on more production, there'll be more and more opportunities for students to hone those foundational culinary skills that we're teaching in the 12-week program in that real-world setting.
What we're attempting to do in our culinary arts training program is prepare people for a life as a professional cook or a professional culinarian in a 12-week period. The folks that we're actually working with have many barriers to employment and to training. Some are returning from prison, some have been homeless, some have had false starts in earlier career works, some haven't graduated high school. And what we're really trying to do is prepare them with the skills, the culinary skills, the technical skills, to actually have a sustainable career.
It is really hard to get any job, really. It's really hard to get a job in the culinary industry, even though we know that they do need the help. Even in entry-level positions, if you were to go online now to apply for what would be considered very basic jobs, they still would prefer if you had some sort of experience or some sort of connection to kitchen work. And of course, how can anyone get experience if they cannot get hired? When they have those skills, they can go someplace and say, you know what, I've worked a deep fryer before. I've worked, advanced ovens, and I have an understanding of, protocol in the kitchen. And even that small amount of experience is so helpful when you start a new job, especially in the culinary career.
The unique thing about this program is you get direct access to chefs at our level in the game. You don't always get that in culinary because classes are big. You can get lost in the shuffle. We have a small class. You interact with us all the time. You can ask me any question you want. My door's open. Mel's door is open. My sous chef's door is open. It gives them direct access to people and a chance to see that with the hard work where you ultimately could end up. Because a lot of us, we literally come from some of the same backgrounds.
The culinary career is welcoming to so many different types of people. Having a culinary career can open so many doors for you if you want to travel, if you want to learn more about other cultures, if you want to have different fun, exciting experiences. All of those things can happen in a culinary career, but you have to be able to get started in that career. And I love that our program allows that to happen for so many people.
What's cool about the food service industry is that there's both low barriers to entry and a real pathway to career advancement. So in order to break into a job at a restaurant, someone doesn't have to have finished high school. Someone can be taking GED classes. So this is an industry full of opportunity for our students, but also it has, a pathway. Not only do our students have dreams and passions that they're kind of exploring and want to grow in, but also there's a real positions they can move into. What's also cool about food service is people might take a job as a line cook and then come to find out that they really like promoting their restaurant and start down a career path in media, marketing, and communications. It's just opportunities and possibilities abound.
Most importantly, what we're doing is we're spending a lot of time on the life skills, or what some people call the soft skills. And we're really helping people become a good employee, to learn about how to be more financially and economically stable, about what it takes to actually have a successful career, to go from your entry-level job to your next level job. In the first year and a half of the program, we've had a very high placement rate, and we've got alumni who've come back for further assistance on their career path. We're committed at Groundwork Kitchen Culinary Arts to working with folks beyond just their graduation. We're not just placing them once they graduate, we're helping them get their second job and their third job.
People may ask, so why not partner with an existing restaurant or restaurant group in the city? Why did it really make more sense to build a business, a social enterprise, from the ground up?
A social enterprise has more goals than just making money. It's really what you do with that money that the social enterprise produces. It's meant to provide a steady stream of revenue. And so the profit that we're making at Groundwork Kitchen gets plowed back into our programming and allows us to kind of think about where the needs are for our guests and how we might best programmatically solve those needs. And so having this revenue generating social enterprise allows us to shift from what we're currently doing to new initiatives. We're in the midst of a strategic planning process for Paul's Place, kind of looking at what our near-term future is going to be. What are we going to be doing over the next 3 to 5 years? One of the things we thought we would find is some big thing out there that we could be doing at Paul's Place. And actually what we found is that we're already doing all of the basic needs work that we need to do, but there's a big gap between what we're delivering and what the need really is. And so our effort this year has been about trying to close that gap just a little bit across all of our programming. We've added breakfast to our meals program for the first time in 40 years, and we're now doing about 1,000 meals a week. But that just leaves out the question about dinner or about Saturday and Sunday when we're not open. What do we do then? On our health and wellness program, we had nursing support 1 day a week from the University of Maryland Nursing School, and we added a second day. But we know that the need is greater than just 2 days a week. And so how do we get back to, 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days a week? On the peer recovery side that works closely with our health and wellness folks, we got 60 people into treatment last year with one peer recovery advocate. If we added another peer recovery advocate, could we get 120 people into treatment? And we know that treatment for substance abuse is directly impactful on our guests. A high number of whom have substance abuse problems. And so we know from our work that this gap really we need to close, and that's what our focus is going to be for the next 3 years. And then on kind of the bigger idea is we want to move people along the pathway to economic self-sufficiency in a much greater way. Because what we know now, after a year and a half of running our culinary arts training program, is we know that workforce development work is incredibly impactful to the students who graduate from our program. We also, at Paul's Place, have run another workforce development program that's focused on training people to be property managers. So we had one class this past year. We're about to start our second class. And while we don't do the technical training to be a property manager, we help get the participants into that program, and we host the training at our site. And what's great about that program is typically these property management jobs actually come with housing. And so, we're getting our guests into that program, getting them trained, and then getting them housing when they come out of that program. So we know that for the next 3 years, we're really going to be building out what we're doing on a programming basis across all the programs that we do, and building kind of up into other areas where we can help people become economically self-sufficient.
The work to lift up the residents of Southwest Baltimore continues, and Paul's Place is up to the task. And you are too. There are a number of things, both big and small, that you can do to help support Paul's Place on their mission to improve the lives of their neighbors in Pigtown and beyond.
What I really hope is that viewers of this video will see the important work that we're doing at Paul's Place and Groundwork Kitchen. And I hope what it does is that it prompts them, first of all, to come to Groundwork Kitchen and join us for a meal. The food is great, the service is awesome, and the setting is beautiful. I'd like to have them come to Paul's Place and volunteer, or to provide some financial support to Paul's Place. I think importantly, what viewers could do is they can share our story and share this video, which is available to be shared across all their social media sites. We're really looking to engage the citizens of Pigtown and Baltimore who are interested in helping provide support to our guests who need their support, and to those people who really want to have a great time with a great meal at Groundwork Kitchen.